TradePoint. Get 25% off bathrooms when you spend £750 on a bathroom. And 25% off kitchens when you spend £4,000 on a kitchen. And with flexible finance options, creating stunning spaces is easier than ever. Book an appointment in-store or online. You can do it.
Searching for your ideal hotel.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Leeds Lately for the live watch along of Leeds United versus West Bromwich Albion away at the Hawthorns. Leeds hoping to bounce back from that loss 2-1. Who was that to? Preston. That 2-1 loss to Preston where really we just weren't good enough. We needed a plan B. Looks like though Farke has made some changes. We'll get into that in a little bit, but first of all, if you find yourself not being able to chat down below, that is because you haven't hit that bigger red button, and if you do, you'll be able to chat with our lovely people down below who we have. Our usual suspect are in there. Liam B saying, evening Max, team news, bit of a shock. We'll talk about that in a minute. Leeds to win 2-1. Evening Liam, evening Penny, evening Karen, evening Rob, evening S-Eel. Yes, evening everybody who is joining me now. 15 minutes to kick off here. Kev saying I'm going 8-2 to Leeds. Well, I really hope so. And if you're right, I'll personally send you £1,000. If it's 8-2, I will send you £1,000. I mean, there's no one can hold me to that. So, but yeah, I'm really hoping for a big result tonight. We've changed things around a lot. We'll get into that in a second. But first of all, if you like your football shirts, and especially your classic football shirts, check out Classic Football Shirts. The link in the description below. If you use that and use Leeds Lately 10 at checkout, you'll get 10% off on there. And of course, there's plenty of Leeds stuff on there as well. So let us have a look at the lineup then. Let's get into it. So here it is. Darlow in net because of Mellier's red card. Spence at right back at last. Rodon, Cooper in for Strauch. Byram back in at left back. Ampadu, Gruev. Nonto comes back in. Let's get that back up again. Nonto comes back in. Pirot is in there. Somerville and Jorginho. So the changes are Darlow, Gruev, Nonto, Byram, and Cooper. So 5 changes today, 5, which is a big old change from what we had last time. So here's hoping that it makes a difference. A first start for Gruev as well, who I have talked about before, how I feel like there's a potential that Farke doesn't fully trust him, even though he signed him. So hopefully this is a start that gives him a chance to prove himself. Obviously, Southampton, I think, have just won 2-0. It was 2-0 last time I looked, which obviously puts them even further ahead of us. Let's have a little look. Southampton won 2-1. So that puts them even further ahead of us. QPR Ipswich is on today as well. That's on now, already 15 minutes in on that one. Let's see if anybody else we actually care about is playing. Yeah, Leicester are also playing Cardiff as well. So if either of them drop points and we gain points, that won't be the end of the world, will it? We'll still keep the same gap as what we had before we lost to Preston. So yeah, hopefully both of them lose, we win, and then us and Southampton will get slightly closer to the top of the table. Obviously with Cooper being back in, he is the captain as well, so that's changed just because Strauch is not in the squad. I actually don't know why Strauch isn't in there, so I'm kind of worried about that because he's been fantastic for us this season. Adductor injury. Right, okay, yeah, I didn't listen to the press conference. So hopefully that's not a long-term thing for old Strauchy boy, because he's been, like I say, very vital for us this season. West Brom away is not an easy game as well. They're chugging along nicely in the division. More than a couple of games, Ben's saying. Also, yeah, welcome Ben. I never said that, and welcome Alluvial fan as well. They've got, obviously, John Swift in their midfield, who we were looking at from Reading a couple of seasons ago when we needed a creative number 10. So it'll be interesting to see what he's like tonight, because obviously we're still in the market for a creative number 10. Obviously you've got Moat as well that used to play for Leeds. So there's a few little interesting bits of trivia in there tonight for some of the West Brom's players. How Leeds if Moat scores? Yeah, I sincerely hope not. I sincerely hope they don't score at all and we just win. It'd be fantastic to get back to winning ways. Oh yeah, Kyle Bartley on the bench as well. A good shout. Yeah, there's plenty of them, isn't there? Obviously, that means that our bench is slightly different as well. So I'm just going to get our bench up so we can talk about that. Okay, so our bench: Chris Clarkson, Junior Firpo, Archie Gray, Charlie Cresswell, Glenn Kamara, Jaden Anthony, Daniel James, Patrick Bamford, and Mateo Joseph. So that is our bench as well. Welcome, Mark. Welcome, John. Welcome, John Garside. Welcome, Mark Wood. Yeah, got plenty of people in here already. 35 people in here already, and we've not even kicked off yet, so that's fantastic. Make sure you'll hit that red button down below, and also hit the like button as well, because that always helps to get the stream out to more people. I can't see Darlow with a clean sheet. Wasn't impressed with him on Saturday, Liam B is saying. I think Darlow got some unnecessary stick at the weekend. I think he came in cold to a situation which is never easy for an outfield player, never mind a goalkeeper. And I think the 2 goals were unreachable. I think they were both right in the corner. And I just think that Darlow had no chance of getting to either of them. So I think it's a bit harsh of us to judge Darlow based on that. I think we need to give him a little bit of time, and hopefully today he proves his worth. Paul Lucas just mentioning, nice to see some changes. The Strauch injured. I'll just put that on. Yeah, apparently Strauch's done his adductor, which is only going to be probably a few games, but that is the current team. CB saying, even in CB, 2-1 win for Leeds tonight, he's saying. I hope so. I hope we see something a little bit different. I hope we see being freshened up a little bit by having some different players in there, and hopefully that helps us out in terms of going forward and defending as well. But I'm slightly worried about defensively because we don't have Strauch, and Strauch's been somebody who's just completely marshalled the back line all season for Leeds. So I'm kind of worried that I'm kind of worried with Cooper in there. But hopefully Cooper has a good game and proves his worth. Because I think he's still got something to give. It's just he just needs to be a bit more consistent with it. But yeah, I think it must be a genuine injury. What is there rumours of him being picked up by PSG? I have not heard about this. But apparently the 49ers don't want to sell him. I think that'll be a no-go. I think he won't get any game time, would he? Anyway, so like, there's just no point. Hopefully, Gruev and Ampadu can figure out what they're going to do tonight, because I don't see Ampadu as much of a ball carrier, but maybe we are trying to have a little bit more of a solid base in that midfield, but then that means we're going to need somebody else to go and help out in the attack. It's going to be it's going to be an interesting one to see how that happens. Pascal isn't going to sign for PSG, I don't think. I just can't see that happening. John Gar said, I think Melier got the red card on purpose so he can go to France for the new year. Yeah, well, I don't think so. Joe said they were after him in today's news. Yeah, they are. It does say that there is reports of them having an interest in him. Leicester have scored already against Cardiff, by the way. Dewsbury Hall's scored already, so they just keep going and keep going. They're not going to drop off, are they? It's ridiculous. Really is ridiculous. Hull are 2-0 up against Blackburn. Bring back the old yellow away kit. Who is our number 2 keeper whilst Meslier is suspended? It's Darlow. Bruce Edwards asking why we're playing in this kit. The reason we're playing in this kit is because our home kit's white and the West Brom kit's got white on it. Our away kit's blue and the West Brom kit's got blue on it. So we have to play in our third kit because it doesn't have any clashing colours. That's why. Leicester will win the league. Oh yeah, they're just relentless, aren't they? It's ridiculous. Oh, also, yeah, mentioning before about Kyle Bartley, Alex Mowat, John Swift, all Leeds links. There's also the bloody manager. So there's that to contend with as well, because no doubt he'll come back to Leeds and just do us over. Also, which keeper is on the bench? I meant Chris Clarkson. Clarkson's on the bench. Switched on saying playoffs for us. Can't see us moving up the table now. Yeah, it's just... Yeah, it's sad, isn't it? But, I mean, if you get to go to Wembley and win, then, yeah, fantastic. But we just don't do that, do we? We could do with Nonto staking his claim to be a regular starter. Hopefully Nonto shows what he's worth tonight and can really start going at players, because that's when he's at his best, picking up the ball and going at players. I've seen a lot of the time he's been too passive. When he's coming off the bench, he's picked up the ball and decided to go back to the full-backs and just kind of drop deep and not really go at players. But I think that's when he plays his best football, when he's linking up with Somerville and when he's trying to get into those attacking positions. And I think he needs to do a bit more of that, be a bit more forward-thinking and a bit more positive tonight. Rob saying best case scenario for us is for Ipswich to trip up and slide into second. I think I agree with that, to be honest. I think Leicester are relentless. I think Ipswich have already gone on further than I thought they would in terms of this ridiculous form that they're in. But now Southampton are ahead of us as well by 3 points. So, well, it might even be more than that, mightn't it now? Let's have a look at the table. Yeah, Southampton are... If we lose tonight, Southampton are going to stay 6 points ahead of us. So if we, I mean, my God, if West Brom beat us as well, they go within 3 points of us. This is worrying, isn't it? At this rate, we could finish bottom. We're still third if we win. We're not. Southampton are on 51 points because they've just won their game. Lee Barker saying, why is it not started yet? Oh, yeah, it's 8:15, yeah. Yeah, they're still 6 points ahead of us, so if we win, we go within 3 points of Southampton, so we're going to be stuck in fourth for New Year. Players are heading out onto the pitch now. Well, we've had a wobble. Yeah, mind you, Southampton are on a straight run of 5 wins. Rob's saying momentum is important in this league, absolutely. And then he's saying, while we have a wobble with 2 losses, 1 draw and 2 wins. Yeah, and you just have to be in ridiculous form, don't you, to keep going. I can see you, Ben. Yeah. Ipswich remind me of the 2005 Watford side under Eddie Boothroyd. Their tactics just churn out results every game. We need to go on a winning run to give ourselves a chance of top 2. We do. Just if we just win 5, if we can win 5 games in a row, that does wonders for you. But we can't seem to string together 3. It just seems to be win, win, lose, draw, win, draw, win, lose. You know what I mean? And it's too stop-start in terms of form. We need to just somehow get on the road and get on a roll, and just keep going, blitzing through games. Hopefully it starts tonight. That's the lineup, by the way, for any of you who missed it. Also, just to say as well, if you find that you can't put anything in the chat down below, it's because you've not hit that subscribe button. So if you hit that, you should be able to chat down below. Before we kick off as well, just mention the classic football shirts. Link in the description. If you use my link down there and use Leeds Lately 10 at checkout, you'll get 10% off classic football shirts. There's loads of Leeds ones on there as well. And the final thing is just a public service announcement. If a goal goes in this game at either end of the pitch, please don't say anything in the chat. Don't even hint at it until I've reacted to it, because there's hardly a delay for you seeing what I'm seeing. So because I'm watching it on my PC, it's not through the actual skybox or anything. There's a bit of a delay, so you'll have seen it and I won't have. So I don't want to fake a reaction. So yeah, just a public service announcement. Don't say anything until I've reacted on any of the goals. But feel free to update me on goals from other games, as SEL has just done. I know I did say that before, that Leicester had gone 1-0 up, but feel free to put anything in the chat from the other games in the Championship. But yeah, we'll just get ready to put the timer up, because Darlow's just heading to his goal. CB Rad Music Chat /Ben is asking if you have blocked him, and if you haven't, it's strange because you can't see your messages. Hull 2 up as well. Yeah, saw that. Yeah, that was on Sky Sports just before. Just about to kick off here at the Hawthorns. Referee is about to put the whistle to his lips. Just checking with the goalkeepers and the managers and stuff that they're happy to start. And we are underway here. I mean, now we're underway. Right, let's get into it then. Ajayi at the back gives the ball back to the goalkeeper in the West Brom goal. Out to Kipre. Into that holding midfield spot, and then dropped back off to the goalkeeper, who sends it long up to the halfway line. Way out of touch. And it just goes over Carlos Corberan's head, and it's going to be a throw into Leeds, which Byram can take. Cooper goes back to Meslier. Not Meslier, sorry, I'm used to saying it. It goes back to Darlow. Cooper to Byram, who's... Oh, no, it's not Byram, it's Gruev, but it is lovely to see Byram back in the team again. Gruev drops the ball off to Cooper. This is going to be a struggle for me because we've had the same team for so many games. Rodon, there's one that's normally in there. Back to Darlow. Cooper. Into Byram, who drops it off for Gruev. Gruev gets tackled, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in, but Leeds are maybe struggling a little bit under the pressure that West Brom are putting on them. Somerville heads that one backwards, and Byram's going to have to deal with it. Tries to send it down the line, but that one's gone into touch by Daniel Farker, and it's going to be a throw-in to West Brom. Smash that like button, everyone. Daniel Farker just watches on as he thinks about how Leeds are going to play today. I think we're going to struggle a little bit playing out from the back, to be honest. But here's West Brom going all the way back to the goalkeeper again. Out to Ajayi. Into the midfield. Dropped off to the right-hand side. Sure the ball went out of play then, but no. Byram with it. Ball into Gruev's feet. Then out to Somerville on the left. Then back to Gruev. Dropped back off to Byram. Byram can go to Cooper then. Then across to Joe Rodon. West Brom look like they might be employing a little bit of a mid-block. A lot like what a lot of teams have done against us. But maybe one of those triggers when we go backwards, they do tend to actually go up and press there. I'm just trying to figure out how they're pressing early on. Nonto and Somerville playing together. Nonto and Somerville playing together. That's a bonus. Absolutely. Good defending there by Rodon and Spence, the Spurs teammates. Nonto now picks the ball up on the halfway line. He's going to try and play the ball forward towards Joel Piroux, but it's going to be a throw-in. And I think Jed Spence will come up and take that one. Rodon now. Ball forward by Rodon. Field dropped off to the right hand side. Now Somerville went out of play then, but no. Comes forward with it. Ball into. Now Nonto. Nonto plays a nice ball out wide. Byram tries to play a little reverse pass. It's cut out by the defender there and goes out for a Leeds throw-in. Ampadu. I'm not really sure what you mean, Flash Clog. Can you explain that in more detail? Because I can't hear anything else coming through when I check the stream. Spence. Is that better? That's better. I think I had desktop audio still turned on. Sorry about that. Ball with the West Brom goalkeeper. Now Ajayi. Ball down the line to Furlong. Furlong, ball taken off him by Cooper and then into Jorginho. Now Gruev to Somerville. Somerville's going to have to find a pass because there's 3 players on him, but it goes back to Byram. Now Rodon. Into Spence. Spence tries to play a ball down the line, but cut out by the West Brom fullback. Spence wins it back, though. Does well there, and then wins Leeds a throw-in. Spence to Nonto, who's taken up a position deeper than him, and gives it to Rodon. Rodon drops it off to Cooper. Gruev's taken up a left-back position and now plays the ball out wide to Somerville. Somerville back to Gruev. Gruev goes past a man and then gives the ball down the line to Byram. It's a really good ball from Gruev, and Byram can run onto it. Byram looking for an option, gives it to Jorginho. Jorginho just loses the ball there, and West Brom can come away with it, trying to play out from the back. Now Furlong with the ball down the line, cut out by Ampadu. Ampadu drops it off to Byram on the left-hand side. Byram's got Somerville outside him. Goes to Ampadu instead. Ball to Piroux in the box. Piroux shoots. Good block there from Ajayi, I think it was, or Kipre. One of the 2 West Brom centre-backs there slid in and blocked that shot. But Piroux would have been in there. Somerville in the box. Somerville shoots. Deflected off a defender, and they're able to come away with it. But Gruev and Byram are putting a bit of pressure on, but they've managed to come out of it. But Cooper wins it off Jed Wallace, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. I don't really know why Piroux didn't take that shot with his left foot there. He tried to put it on his right, and it just allowed Kipre a chance to come in and block it. The line up. Yeah, I can put the line up again, mate, if you want. Rodon now with the ball. Now Spence into Nonto. Nonto nutmegs the man. Now he looks for an option to cross the ball into the box. Does so. Crosses it to just past Piroux, but Somerville picks it up in the box. Somerville crosses back across. Headed away there by Mowat. Now Gruev wins the ball back. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far from Gruev. Rodon wins that. Ampadu, and then heads it all the way back to Darlow. Clever play from Leeds there. This is better from Leeds. I'm liking this. I'm liking what Gruev's doing in that midfield. Spence goes back to Rodon. Yeah, Matthew Ferrugia as well is also liking Gruev's game so far, making progressive passes. I'm liking how we've started. Gruev takes a position. That's another long ball from Gruev there. Straight into the path of Jorginho. Jorginho's in the box there, and he's been taken down. It's not going to be a penalty, but what a ball that was by Ilya Gruev there. Ball straight through the middle, and Jorginho's just in behind. It's actually probably a good tackle in the end, but Jorginho just needs to get a shot off earlier. It's a good start from us. It is a good start, Karen. You're right. I I think Jorginho needs to take that shot earlier, but from Gruev, that progressive pass there, like I'm really liking what I'm seeing from him so far, and I can't believe he hasn't been tested up to this point, really. I know we've got good midfield options, but like Gruev seems like he's a good option now. I know this is after 7 minutes, but to take it with a pinch of salt, but I think he's doing a good job in there. Mowat now. Drops it off out wide. Now Wallace. Drops it back to number 8 there, whose name I can't remember. Now Mowat. Back out wide to Jed Wallace. He's going to try and cross it in here. Does so. Away by Liam Cooper, but only as far as Furlong. Now Wallace. Back out to Mowat. Byram's adjudged to have fouled Furlong there, and it's going to be a free kick. Nonto and Somerville come over to make a little wall here. It's just about 35, 40 yards out on the right-hand side. A crossing position. There's no way it's a shooting position. Jed Wallace ball into the box. Headed away. And Somerville comes out with it. Leeds could nearly break them, but Jed Wallace... Oh no, Leeds have now can break. Ball through to Somerville. Somerville leaves the ball behind, but he's still got Nonto ahead of him. Nonto coming towards the box now. Looks for an option to shoot. He's closed out by a lot of West Brom players, and you can see shades of Leeds under Bielsa there with how quick West Brom players got back. But Leeds have got a free kick in a dangerous position, and for me, it's got to be Joel Piroux who takes this one. Leeds got a little bit lucky with that counter-attack then, but then a little bit unlucky with Somerville. Couldn't take the ball with him, but he still managed to get the ball to Nonto. Nonto cut inside looking for a shot. And then, Leeds won the free kick. But yeah, it's certainly shades of Bielsa's Leeds there with how fast West Brom got back there. We were having a counter-attack and then just suddenly their whole defence was back. I think for me, it's got to be Piroux who takes this. I've seen him take free kicks in a YouTube video and he was good at them, so I'm saying that's him. Should be him that takes them from now on. Piroux and Somerville are the ones stood over it, like I say. It's out on the... slightly to the left of the D on the edge of the box. Joel Piroux steps up, hits it straight into the wall. Come on, why are you just trying to put your foot through it? You've got to place that from there. Somerville then with the throw-in. No, he's going to drop it off for Byram. Byram with the throw-in then. Byram throws the ball to Jorginho. He's trying to hold it up in the corner, looking for a way to get through. He's been fouled there, surely, Jorginho. He wins the ball back, but it's a throw-in to West Brom. How is that not a foul on him? Yeah, he literally just grabbed him and chucked him to the ground. I don't get that sometimes. A lot of Leeds fans there. Furlong with a throw-in then. Throws it right down the line. Headed back by Sam Byram. Jorginho tries to challenge with Kipre, and then the goalkeeper sends it away. Now Somerville. And that's going to be a throw-in to West Brom there. Somerville pushed him in the air, but nothing happened. Just joined opinion on the penalty shout. I don't think it was a penalty. The one where Jorginho went through, I'm guessing you're talking about. I don't think it was a penalty. I think he just should have took the shot earlier. Furlong plays a ball across to the left-hand side where his left back can pick it up. He's going to try and play the ball all the way down the line there, but it's cut out there by Joe Rodon. Good covering from Rodon there. Diangana, that's what he's called. I was trying to find what his name was called. Long ball forward there from West Brom, and it just goes all the way out. Carlos Corberan's telling them all to calm down. Carl Darlow then. He's going to roll that one out to Cooper and then get it back and then give it to Roden on the other side. Drew Roden tries to play a ball down the line. It's cut out, but it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Spence to take it. Spence takes it to Ampadu, and Ampadu flicks it inside to Piru. Drops it off to Liam Cooper. Cooper to Byram. Byram to Gruev. Back to Byram again. Byram's going to go back to Roden. Roden to Cooper. Now Gruev. Gruev looks for an option forward, but then goes to Roden. Roden maybe has a little bit of space to run into. No. Comes back to Cooper. Now Gruev. Gruev tries to come forward a little bit there, but Byram's going to take it all the way back to Cooper again. Leeds just seem to keep going backwards. Sheffield Wednesday beating Preston 1-0. It's just sod's law, innit? Everybody raises their game to play us. Oh, Joe Roden's ball nearly went all the way through to Wilfred Gnonto then. I fear he would have been offside anyway, but long ball down the left-hand side, and Asante is trying to come up against Ampadu here, but Ampadu does really well to outmuscle him there and just let the ball go out for a goal kick. This is referred to as the Big Sam relegation derby, a truly a great rivalry if ever there was one. I couldn't speak then. Darlow with the ball forward. Header won by Jorginho, then down by Piru. Then by Jorginho again, then Somerville. Somerville can go out wide to Byram. Good little ball from him. Now Byram looking for an option. Cuts inside. Gives it to Gnonto. Gnonto taking up almost a number 10 position at the moment. Gives it out wide to Joel Piru, who's swapped positions with him temporarily. And now Jed Spence on the right-hand side. Pretty sure that's Byram out on the right wing as well. Leeds seem to be a little bit more fluid tonight. Rodon. Now Cooper. Now Rodon again. Ampadu. Gruev. Back to Rodon. To Spence. Gnonto's made a run in front of him. Spence to Jorginho. Jorginho turns and gives the ball back to Gruev. Gruev with the ball out wide to Somerville. Somerville's got Byram beyond him. Ball in the box to Jorginho, though. Jorginho cuts it across, and Piru's attempt to turn it goalwards is cut out there by the West Brom defender, but Leeds retain possession, and now Spence with it. Spence with the ball down the line. Tries to get it to Gnonto, but it goes past him. But Leeds win the ball back nearly. Oh, no, they do win the ball back. Now Somerville with it. Somerville looking for an option here. Gives it to Spence. Spence inside to Piru. Piru on the edge of the box. Tries to cross it to the back post. In the back of the net. That's Sam Byram. Is it onside? Offside. Offside. That would have been a fantastic goal. Sam Byram finished with aplomb there, but it was offside apparently. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, he is offside. He is offside. Very good play from Leeds, though. Unlucky. Kipre now. Well offside, but a very good move from Leeds. Let's take some solace in that. Ball from West Brom's just gone out of play there. They can't seem to make passes stick. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Wah, wah, wah. Was that an intentional Guns N' Roses reference from Mitchell or not? Jed Spence with the throw in then. About halfway inside the Leeds half. Gnonto. Back to Rodon. Into Darlow. Darlow with a long ball up to absolutely no one. And it goes out of play just inside the West Brom half. Somerville trying to get back to win that, but Furlong plays a ball out wide to Jed Wallace. Leeds have got a few players back here, but the ball comes into the box. Blocked on the edge of the box there twice by Leeds. Done really well to stop that from going in. Now Yokuslu, sorry. Now Mowat. Back to Yokusu. Now Wallace. Tries to put it in the box, but Byron blocks it. It's going to be a corner to West Brom here. Leicester still beating Cardiff 1-0, thanks CB. It was a good little break there from West Brom. The first ball came into the box and the shot blocked by Cooper and then blocked by Gruev on the second attempt at it. But they now have a corner with Jed Wallace. Come out to the edge and then flicked in towards the back post. Headed away there and then away by Nonto. Nonto plays it forward, but there's nobody up there for Leeds. Ball back with the West Brom goalie. Gives it to Kipre. Kipre forward into the midfield. Asante drops it off. Now Diangana drops it off to Kipre. Then across to Ajayi. Ajayi with a long ball into the midfield. A really good ball to Diangana. Diangana turns Ampadu. Then an outside of the football out wide to Jed Wallace, who's high and wide again to try and cross the ball in. Crosses the ball in towards the back post. It's gone over everyone. Headed back across and then Roden kicks it straight up in the air. And Darlow can win that. But Joe Roden does seem to be hurt here. I think he took a whack to the head there. Joe Roden's always taking a whack, isn't he? That one. I mean, he kicked it straight up in the air and then he tried to win the header. Yeah, he just gets a shoulder right in the nose there from the West Brom fullback. Now Darlow. Roden. Into Spence, and then Spence's pass is cut out, but it only goes for a Leeds throw-in. Now Asante, taken off him by Spence. Now Cooper has it and goes back to Darlow. Darlow uses his left foot up to the halfway line. Chested forward by Furlong, and it's going to go all the way back to... it was like a 30, 40 yard chest there from Furlong, and Darlow can pick it up. Now Gruev. Somerville. Back into Gruev. And Ampadu. Ampadu across to Rodon. Rodon's going to spread it out wide to Jed Spence here, and does. Spence with an outside of the foot pass into Jorginho, but Jorginho's touch is terrible, and now Yokuslu, Godak trips me up. Can play a ball out wide to Jed Wallace again. Wallace up against Liam Cooper. Drops the ball off to Furlong. Furlong now going to try and get it in the box, and it's blocked by Cooper, and another corner for West Brom. Hull 2, Blackburn 2. Bloody hell, they've come back in that one. Ball into the box there from Wallace. All the way to the back post. Headed back across by Ajayi. Then Somerville kicks that one straight up in the air and slices it out for a corner on the other side. Awful clearance by Somerville, yeah. Absolutely. Just completely sliced it, and it's gone out for another corner, which is a bit worrying. It's going to be Mowat here from the other side. Leeds need a strong winner on this corner. Get it away. Mowat with the ball in towards the penalty spot. Darlow flaps at it. Jed Spence off the line and then over the bar by Yokuslu. Darlow completely flapped at that then, and luckily, Jed Spence saved it off the line. What a legend that guy is. Thank God for him. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think it's swinging away from the goalkeeper. He thinks he can get it, and then it's actually going away from him. But Spence, what a block on the... That's why you put somebody on the line. Wow. Well done. Now Darlow. He's going to take a long goal kick this time. Up to the half. Well, way into their half. Bloody hell, that was a long kick. And Leeds can launch an attack from here, but ball taken away. Now Wallace tries to play a ball forward, but Gruev cuts it out. Does really well there, Gruev. And now Ampadu. Ampadu can play it to Jed Spence. Spence has got Nonto with him, but not much support other than that. Now Nonto. Rodon, across to Gruev. Gruev into Somerville. It's on Sky Sports. Ampadu. Piru. Back to Gruev. Ampadu. He's got Rodon ahead of him and gives it to him. Now Rodon goes out wide to Spence. Drops it back off, though, to Rodon. Now to Cooper. Now Gruev. Gruev goes all the way back to Darlow. And then Darlow can use Rodon. But he's not going to. Or is he? Yeah, he does. He just leaves it for him. And then Rodon gives the ball to Cooper. Gruev. Long ball forward again. Over everyone. And Piru's nearly in there. Tell you what, that's nearly worked twice now. There's just a gaping hole in the middle of their defence at times where we can play that long ball through. And hopefully Gruev keeps trying that, because there's a good chance that that can happen. Obviously, the last 10 minutes, West Brom have had their sort of period of domination. And they've started to come back into the game a lot more. Kipre now with the ball into Furlong, but cut out by Byram. Now Gruev. To Jorginho. Jorginho plays the ball into Nonto. Nonto coming towards the box. Tries to shoot. He gets the ball back. He's going to shoot. It's blocked. And it's going to go out for a Leeds corner. What's the question, Ben? Yeah, I'm happy with Gruev's performance so far. I'm liking it. Yeah, Nonto just can't quite get his shot away, can he, without it being blocked. Yukuslu just drops it back off to him. And then Nonto's shot blocked. Why can every other team take dangerous corners but we never can? It's been years. Well, hopefully this one goes in. Somerville with the ball into the box. Oh, it's headed away, and now Jed Wallace can come away with it. Goes past Nonto, tries to get the ball in to Asante. Oh no, it's Diangana. Diangana comes forward, and then Somerville gets fouled by Diangana. It's going to be a Leeds free kick. Now Nonto. He's got Jed Spence with him. Goes out wide to Spence. Spence goes back to Ampadu. Ampadu across to Gruev. Gruev drops it off to Rodon, then back to Ampadu on the right-hand side. Ampadu back to Rodon. His bad pass has given West Brom a chance to get some few yards come forward, if that was English. Now Rodon, back to Ampadu. Ampadu comes forward. Spence. Spence tries to get the ball into Nonto, but loses it. But Leeds win the ball, and then apparently that was a foul when it definitely wasn't. Oh, I hate that. It happens all the time. Just wasn't a foul, was it? And it just slows down the play. No, Nonto didn't even touch him. He's just throwing himself on the ground. Yukuslu now with the ball. Tries to play a ball all the way through, but Cooper can get there and drop it off to Darlow. I think Darlow's going to go long here. He does. Darlow up to Jed Spence. Good ball, actually, and Spence can head it on to Nonto, but it doesn't quite make it to him. And eventually West Brom can play it all the way back to their goalkeeper. It's on Sky Sports, DSF. I said that before. Ajayi. Forward to Furlong. Good tackle there by Sam Byram. We actually do have quite a tall team now, though. Like, our back line, Spence is 6 foot. Cooper and Rodon are both over 6 foot. Byram's about 6 foot. Jorginho's quite tall. Pirot's not short. Ampadu. Our team's not that. Gruev's fairly tall. We've got a fairly tall team now. Ball forward to Jed Wallace here again. Out on the right-hand side. Back inside to Furlong. Furlong out wide to Jed Wallace. Jed Wallace is trying to open up a chance to cross it in again like he likes to do. Ball back inside though, and then they have to go back to Yukuslu. Yukuslu's ball's cut out by Cooper, and now Byram can drop it back off. Cooper to Byram. Byram back to Cooper. Cooper's going to have to send this one long down the line and does so. Headed away by Ajayi. Picked up by Ampadu. Now Piru with the ball out wide to Jed Spence. Jed Spence, if you can open up his body, he can get forward here, but the ball just slows him down. Now Rodon. And to Cooper. Cooper to Byram. Back to Cooper. Ampadu now. Ampadu with the long ball forward to Nontu. Nonto's onside. He tries to shoot and he's pulled away from the ball. Surely that's a foul. How is that not a penalty? Nonto swung his foot at the ball and was pulled by the shoulder and missed the ball because of it. Yukuslu now. Into Asante. Rodon comes in with an absolute... I don't know what you want to call that. An absolute sledgehammer of a challenge and just sits him on his arse. But that surely to God that was a penalty. Nonto went to shoot and was pulled and missed the ball because of it. Ampadu, ball over the top. Nonto brings it down. Just as he's about to shoot, Kipre just pulls him by the ribs and pulls him over. Good header there by Byram as the long ball over to Furlong on the right wing position is cut out. But surely that's a penalty because Nonto was about to shoot, has his ribs pulled. AD Hallett saying good evening. Pitch over to Joe tonight. We always lose when I tune in to him. Hope you are lucky. Well, maybe. Ref's parentage in question. Ben saying a friend of mine has his fantasy football team named as something shady every season. Last year was Red West Brom, which I thought was quite clever. These refs are absolute pants, absolutely. When in doubt, go for a cutback goal. The corridor of uncertainty, also liking over the top attempt to like Ampadu to Jorginho, or now Gruev chipping it, yeah, or chipping in, yeah. There's a couple of them now who are capable of playing that ball over the top, and it's helping. Jed Wallace now, he's going to try and go past Byram. Byram gets a little foot on it, and now Somerville drops it off to Piru. Somerville's gone down here. Byram with a long ball forward. And now Jorginho claims to have been fouled. Now Furlong plays it out wide to Jed Wallace. West Brom's still playing even though Somerville's down here. Moa out wide. Still playing on and Somerville's still down. Ball back to Kipre. Now Ajayi. Ajayi to Jed Wallace. Jed Wallace with the ball into the box. Darlow can come out and he's going to kick the ball out into touch. Not a one West Brom player kicked the ball out there. If Corbran, have you learnt nothing from being under Bielsa? Bielsa would have kicked that ball out straight away. He loved fair play. Ooh, he's just sliced the back of his Achilles there with his foot, Jed Wallace, on Somerville. Yeah, it's constant, isn't it? Our players getting just nipped away at, nipping at their heels, just little horrible tackles that hurt them. Malumbi now. Yukuslu, across to Kipre. Now into Asante. Tackle by Cooper there, judged to be a foul. Definitely wasn't, but okay. Mowat now. He's going to take the free kick. Yukuslu. Mowat. Into Ajayi. Now Wallace. Down the line to Furlong. Furlong's going to try and cross it in. Goes into the box, away by Cooper. Headed by Somerville, and then Byram. It's going to go out for a Leeds throw-in. No, it's going to go out for a West Brom throw-in. Kipre. Out to the left back, then out wide to Diangana. Diangana to Mowat. Back to Mowat again. Ajayi. Carries it this time into the midfield. Drops it off to Malumbi and then gets it back again. Now Malumbi again. Now Ajayi. Ajayi with the ball into the box. It goes all the way through towards the back post, and Jed Spence has to head that one out for a corner. Well, I'm not sure he did have to, but I think he wanted to try and play it safe. But even then, this is probably more dangerous than the situation it was in. Mowat to Diangana. Diangana to Malumbi. Malumbi's going to shoot. Blocked by Cooper. Now Somerville leads with a chance to maybe break. Somerville goes past a player, but he's tackled, and now Diangana with the ball on the edge. Tries to get it into Asante, but Jed Spence can get there. And then Kipre wins a tackle, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Jorginho flicks it around the corner to Piru. Leeds with the chance to break now. Somerville's trying to run beyond Furlong, but Furlong's giving him some space. Now Somerville on the left-hand side. Up against Jed Wallace. Comes inside. Tries to shoot. Curls it. Punched away by the goalkeeper. And it's going to be a Leeds corner. Good break there from Leeds. More positive. Somerville cuts inside Jed Wallace, and Furlong slips, and then he curls it, and it just goes too central, and the goalkeeper has to slap that one away with a flat palm. But it does go out for a Leeds corner. This time it looks like it might be... Is that Gruev? Yeah, it looks like Gruev's going to take the corner. Gruev with the ball in towards the front post. Flicked up in the air by Jorginho. Then headed back. And then a little flick by a West Brom player, and the goalkeeper was able to catch it. But it was on its way in. For a little back heel flick. Now Ajayi. Mowat. Out wide here, and then a ball forward to Asante, and it's cut out. West Brom win the ball back, though. Drops inside to Asante, who's going to have to come back and give it to Mowat. Mowat looking forward. Goes back, though, instead to Kipre. Then across to Ajayi. Ajayi comes over the halfway line with it. Now Malumbi. Back to Yokuslu. Good ball to Jed. Sorry, stream just went off for some reason. Can you all hear me now? It's now 1-0. It just comes off his knee. He saves it the first time and then just comes off his knee. Yeah, you should be back in line with where I am now, but Jesus Christ, what? Just nobody was there, and then Jed Wallace has a perfect chance to just cut the ball across. The first shot is saved or blocked, and then the second one just drops right back to him. I don't understand why I haven't identified that Wallace is a threat earlier in the game and tried to do something about it, because every single time he's got loads of space out on the right-hand side to cross the ball in. I think we're going down at this rate. This is awful. Jed Spence. Nonto. Throw into Leeds. Ampadu. Now Cooper. Byram. Somerville. Rodon. Jed Spence. Nonto. Gruev. Now Byram. Ampadu. Nonto. Jed Spence. Dropped off to Ampadu. Ampadu with a good ball to Byram. Oh, Byram's taken off him by furlong, and I think it's going to go for a... Oh, Byram falls over on the tarmacky stuff there. That must have hurt. Byram's going to have the throw in. Byram gives it to Cooper. Ball all the way back to Darlow. Darlow to Spence. Spence to Nonto. Nonto back to Spence. Now Rodon. I think that we're playing the ball too slowly. It gives the opposition time to recover and reorganise whilst we struggle to break them down. It's been our problem all season. I've made videos on it talking about how the tempo's not fast enough. Somerville now. Somerville running forward with it to Jorginho. Jorginho can find Byram out wide. Goes himself though. I think he's going to have to drop it off, no? Or he's just going to go on his own half the pitch, cross it towards the back post. The ball's going to go to Nonto. Is he going to be able to keep this in? Nonto keeps it in. Nonto now. To Jed Spence. Tries to flick it around the corner, but West Brom are able to clear it again. Up to Joe Rodon. Ampadu. Now Nonto. Jed Spence. Ampadu. Gruev. Gruev with the spreaded ball out to the left where Cooper can pick it up. Cooper comes forward with it and gives it to Byram. Byram looking for an option. Somerville gives it. Now Cooper again. Across to who is that? Rodon. Now Cooper. Cooper out wide to Somerville. Somerville looking to take on Wallace and go down the line maybe. Somerville just throws his arms out and says, there's nobody giving me an option here. Now Spence turns on it. Gives it to Piru, and then Piru back to Ampadu. Ampadu to Nonto. Nonto out wide to Jed Spence. Nonto's going to overlap him. Gives it to Nonto. Nonto looking for a chance to put the ball in the box maybe, but there's just so many West Brom players there. Nonto tries to get the ball in the box, blocked, but then Nonto just runs it out for a goal kick. Oh no, it's getting given as a corner. Thank God for that. Because I'm pretty sure that he just put the ball out of play, Nonto there. He nutmegged him, but rolled the ball out of play. Come on, Leeds. Let's just get a header from a corner. Get back on level terms, and then just go from there again. Start again in the second half. It's the fact that we're usually away when we have to wear this kit as well, isn't it? So, well, we're always away when we have to wear this kit. Somerville now with a cross into the box. That's a better ball in. Drops to... it actually just hit Piru, who's in an offside position. And it's just our luck, that, isn't it? I don't think it was going to go in anyway, but... It's going to be a free kick to West Brom here, just outside their 6-yard box. Ball forward from the West Brom goalkeeper. Taken down by Furlong. Played by Malumbi down the line to Wallace, but Wallace's touch is bad and it goes out of play. I mean, Piru was offside and it just hit him then, so I wouldn't count that as a miss. Cooper. Ball forward over the halfway line towards Jorginho. Ajayi wins it though. Now Yukuslu. Gruev wins the ball. Yukuslu wins the header. Now Piru. Now Jorginho can pick it up. Turns on it nicely. Goes past a couple of players and gives the ball to Piru. Now Nonto. Nonto's got Jed Spence outside him. Jed Spence with the chance to cut the ball back to Nonto. Nonto can shoot. Blocked here. And again, West Brom are able to just come away with the ball. And Nonto's fouled them. So it's a free kick as well. So frustrating. So frustrating. I mean, he does trust himself to put his left foot through it. What are you talking about? It would have been a poor strike anyway, but it's just blocked again. So disappointing. West Brom goalkeeper gets ready to take this one then. Sends it long. Now Rodon. Tries to play it down the line, but it's cut out by Asante. And then it's going to go out for a Leeds throw-in. Sorry, a West Brom throw-in. Townsend then to take this throw-in. Now Kipre. Across to Ajayi. Ajayi to Furlong. Furlong back to Ajayi. Ajayi plays a long ball forward. It's going to go all the way out for a throw into Leeds, right by the Leeds corner flag. Southampton played earlier and won 2-1, so they're already ahead of us by 6 points now. Forgot that our goalkeeper coach had gone to West Brom as well. Jorginho gives the ball to Nonto to take the throw-in, although I think he's going to give it to Spence, actually, to take the throw-in. Spence doesn't really have any options from this throw-in. Yeah, that's it, Marcus Abad. Forgot his name. Nonto just loses the ball in a bad position there, and now Asante comes inside, but Nonto's nearly won it back. No, he doesn't. And now the ball out to Furlong on the right-hand side. Jed Wallace busting a gut to get outside of him. Ball into the box and cleared away by Cooper there. Going to be another corner here to West Brom right before half-time. Oh, no, it's not. It's a throw-in. Ipswich game delayed due to a medical emergency in the stand. All right, well, I hope whoever that is okay. Thanks for letting us know, Karen. Thrown into the box by Furlong. Now Wallace. Wallace. Leeds giving away a corner, or is it going to be a throw-in? I think it's going to be a corner. Jed Wallace with the corner into the box, headed away. And that is half-time. Right, I'm just going to go for a quick break. Probably only be about 30 seconds or a minute or so, but just let me know what you think of that first half in the comments down below, and I'll be back in a minute. Can you see me? I'm back, but what's going on? I'm still here, don't go anywhere, just my camera's not working. I have no idea what happened then, but we are back. There we go. Right, everyone should be able to see me now. I don't know what the hell happened then. I just came back and it was frozen. But yeah, it's just honestly, Leeds at the moment is just so depressing because we've got so many good attacking, promising, young, talented players. And we just keep losing and we just keep conceding goals. And it's really frustrating to watch. Like, really, really frustrating because you know what the team are capable of. Look what we did to Ipswich. We absolutely destroyed them. But to be honest, I don't know. Like, how long can it go on underperforming like this? That's it. Let's have a bit of positivity. Like, I want everybody to put one positive thing in the chat because I feel depressed about this game. Diggler TC's already started it, saying Somerville, Rutter to score. Nonto Somerville and Rutter to score. Come on, Leeds. It's not over yet. You're right, but what we need to do is put the ball in the back of the net. We fashion some good opportunities, but we just don't take the shots. Archie's having a rest. Yeah, that is positive as well, yeah, I suppose. 45 minutes is to 9 o'clock. So what is there? 5 minutes left of the half time, hopefully. something like that. Should be underway in about 5 minutes, hopefully. Just want to get back out there and then just win. Come on, just win. Yeah, that's true. I've been impressed with Gruev so far. I'm just... We're giving Jed Wallace a lot of space, and their main tactic seems to be to just give Jed Wallace so much time and space out wide to cross the ball into the box, and that's where the goals come from. We've had, like, loads of warning signs. But we haven't dealt with it. And it's worrying that we haven't dealt with it, that we haven't been able to spot that and go, okay, let's do something to plug that. And again, it's just not. Everybody's saying that it's a penalty, by the way. Everybody has said that it's a penalty to Leeds when Gnonto was through on goal. He was about to shoot and he was just pulled down from behind. I think that is a penalty. I don't think the first one on Jorginho was a penalty. Let's have a look at the real slow-mo. Do you know what? I think it might be a penalty. That's before he gets the ball. He does that. I think Robert Earnshaw must be the most strange-looking bloke I've ever seen. Farker needs to use his subs correctly tonight. James is a must this half, and Bamford always shows more passion than Peru. Can't believe it wasn't given. Ref was 5 feet away as well. Scarily, West Brom play better in second halves of games. Yeah, It's worrying, isn't it? It's very worrying. How's Darlow done so far? Did he spill it for the second goal? No, he didn't spill it. He saved it. Like, it came off his knees and went back to the guy. There was not much if he could have done about it because it was like a snapshot reflex save. It wasn't. The ball should have never been able to get to Wallace in the first place in that much space. It was a gap right between Byram and Somerville, and they just didn't really communicate enough to plug that gap. So it was, it should never have got to Wallace in the first place. First pen on Jorginho, ref was blocked. Yeah, when I first saw it, I didn't think it was, and now I've seen it replay at half-time, slow motion. I think it is a penalty. And I think Gnonto once definitely won a penalty. We've had the ball in the net and denied a pen. Denied 2 pens. Next into town, Rooney's Birmingham. Yeah, it would be us, wouldn't it? It'd be the first ones to go. Any halftime subs? No, there won't be any half. I would. I don't know if I would even make any halftime subs, but I would think about making some a little bit later on. But we just need to do what we're doing now, but just actually put the ball in the back of the net. Each club should get a chance to red card one referee per season, and you get a different ref for that game. Like the fourth official becomes the ref or something. Or you get a Leeds fan to go and be the ref for one game. Early night need. Yeah, if we come back and win, I'll be buzzing. But I was already feeling a bit ill today anyway, and this is just making me feel even worse. VAR is really needed for us. We have been robbed of so many penalties because I think they think that we've got a lot of like flair players and a lot of like we've got a lot of like flair foreign young attackers who have a reputation with British referees for going down easily, but most of the time they actually are being fouled and they're just not getting anything. Did anyone have stats for our away games this season? I'm assuming 12 games played away and so far 5 defeats this season. Yeah, we're just not very good away from home, are we? Both the penalties, but I really want to see shots on target. Cheers from Colorado. Yeah, we just need to actually shoot. There's been so many chances for us to actually just shoot. The one where Piru's shot was blocked when he shot with his right foot. He tried to open up his body and curl it into the far corner, but he just gave far too long for Kipre to come in and block it, when really if he'd have just took it with his left foot and tried to smash it across the keeper or smash it in near post, he'd have had much more of a chance of scoring. Yeah. We aren't in the phase of the referee. We seem to accept every decision of the official. That's probably something that Farke asks them to not do, is to get in their face. So, but sometimes that can harm you. I just want the second half to get underway, and we beat Leicester away. Something's gone wrong. I think we just need Piru to actually be the striker, don't we? I hope we kick off soon. I'm sick to death of this. Renee saying, I don't know what to say at this point, so incredibly frustrating. Yeah, I know. It's just, it's one of those things, isn't it, where we just tend to, it's never us, is it, to be the ones to just run away with the division, or to be the ones who, who just go on a roll and just don't have anything that gets in the way and anything that trips them up. I mean, look, Leicester are 2-0 up as well, and they just score from like 35 yards out, and just, that's fine, they just do it like that, and oh yeah, happy with that, yeah, just move on to the next one. Whereas we just make everything look so difficult. And I know West Brom are a good side, they are a good side, but if you want to be winning promotion, you've got to be beating them. You've got to be better than them. And now Southampton are better than us as well. So it was only a matter of time before they caught us. And now, at the moment, as it stands, we'll be 6 points behind them. And that's nothing to sniff at, to try and catch that up. I thought Nonto and Spence would be much more effective on the right. Nonto isn't making... This is what I'm saying. So this is what I said at the start, how Nonto just doesn't really... He's not positive enough. He doesn't go at people enough, and that's his best sort of attribute, I think. My God, Sky Sports love ramming adverts down your throat, don't they? They give you like 30 seconds of saying, oh, here's a close-up of Farke. What can Leeds do in the second half? Then it's adverts again. Are you taking the mick? I predict a monumental comeback for the second half. Nonto with 2, Piru with 1. I hope so. I really hope so. We just need to actually put a string of games together, but we just don't seem to be able to do it. Players are back out on the pitch for the second half. Dean Garner and Townsend in conversation. They're the 2 players playing down the left-hand side for West Brom against Jed Spencer. Wilfred Gnonto. Players are coming back out now. Cooper's just coming back out, followed by Jorginho, Byram and Ampadu. Here comes Spence as well. Waiting for all the players to get ready before they all go out so they can go out as a team. Consistently inconsistent. Absolutely. That's just a story of Leeds United in general, isn't it? Over the last almost 20-odd years. Players just coming back out onto the pitch now. Somerville, Peru, Rodon all going back out, and I just hope that we can. Farke has said enough at half time to just make them change a little bit of what they're doing and just take shots when they should. And like we must be the only team in the division who just never shoots from the edge of the box. Why don't we shoot from distance? You've just seen that James Justin, who's playing left back or right back for Leicester, has just banged one in the top corner from about 35 yards out. Just shoot from distance sometimes. There's a chance it goes in. There's always a chance it could go in. We just never seem to do it. We are underway, though, here in the second half as Ampadu gives the ball back to Liam Cooper, then to Joe Rodon. I'll sit back a bit, actually. Now back to Cooper. Cooper to Rodon. Rodon's got Spence ahead of him that he can give the ball and does so. Now Spence gives it back to Rodon again. Now Darlow. Be interesting to see whether West Brom come out and try and play against us or whether they sit in and try and... ball into Peru. Peru's held it up nicely. Now ball out wide to Jed Spence. Jed Spence with a little bit of a break on against Townsend down the line. Hopefully he can get the ball into the box here, Spence. Looks for an option. Instead drops it off to the edge. Ampadu pings it towards the back post, headed away by Furlong, but only as far as Gruev, who... Actually, Gruev just rugby tackled Molumby to the ground there, and Gruev has won himself a yellow card the moment the second half started. I don't really know what that was there from Gruev. That was terrible. You haven't changed your score. I have. It says 1-0. I don't really know what that was from Gruev. He just rugby tackled him, didn't he? Gipre. Now Ajayi. Long ball forward from West Brom, but that goes to no one. Yeah, well, not fine, but accurate. That was genuinely a rugby tackle, wasn't it? Kevin Sinfield would have been proud of that one. Now Byram. Back to Cooper. Now Ampadu. Ampadu turns on it, gives it back to Byram. Leeds don't want to play themselves into danger here, but a good ball from Cooper is cut out there by Furlong. Now Wallace with the ball down the line towards Molumby. Cooper shields that one and plays it off Molumby for a Leeds throw-in. Now Peru. Peru's ball to Ampadu's been cut out by Asante, and now Diangana goes back to Kipre. Then back out to Diangana again. Dropped off to Yokuslu now. God, I struggle with that name. Now with Jed Wallace out on the right-hand side. Jed Wallace puts it into the box, cut out by Rodon. Now Gruev. Gruev's been stood on there by Jed Wallace. I think for me that should be a yellow card. Don't think he's been given anything though. How old's Jed Wallace? He looks about like 40 odd. Ampadu. Good ball out to Spence. Yeah, Gurev seems to be like almost becoming a left back at times so that Byram can stay higher and wider. Like just where he's picked up the ball now, he's in the left back role. Now Gurev with another long ball forward to Jorginho, headed away by Townsend. Somerville. Oh, Somerville puts his shoulder in on Furlong, and Furlong just drops to the floor and wins a free kick. Yeah, and Mitchell Bond, my thoughts exactly. It's honestly, it makes me want to scream, stuff like that. It's the most frustrating thing ever. It's so frustrating. Because you see it coming a mile off, and he puts a little shoulder in and he just jumps on the floor. It's pathetic. Townsend with the ball forward. Now Mowat tries to play the ball forward into Asante, but Roden has to send it out for a corner, but really Darlow, I think, should have come and claimed that. Corner then for West Brom. Ajayi and Kipre coming up for it, along with Yokuslu. Mowat going to take this one. Takes it short to Diangana. Now Townsend into the box. Goes over everybody towards the back post, and it's actually going to go out for a Leeds throw-in. Byram's got the throw-in here, gives it to Cooper. Cooper has to send that one long. I think he just sent it into touch, so it's going to be a throw-in again. Honestly. Yeah. It is, John. Kipre. Kipre still with it. Ball to Townsend on the left-hand side. He's going to cut the ball across, and Jed Spence blocks it, but it's going to be another corner to West Brom. How many corners are they getting? Townsend with a long run right up the left-hand side, and again, it was a similar position to what Jed Wallace got the assist from in the first half. Just a ball straight through between the fullback and the winger for Leeds, and somebody's in down the side to cross it in. Mowat stood over this one again to take this corner. Takes it. Ajayi gets there, but it's cleared away by Byram. Now Mowat. Now Jorginho tackles him, but Mowat's gone down under the challenge, and Mowat is just diving all over the spot trying to win a free kick here. Jed Spence looking for an option from this throw-in, but he just doesn't seem to have much on. Looks like Joe Rodon's in a bit of pain there, actually. Ajayi heads that one to Townsend, who does a bicycle kick. Won by Rodon, but only as far as Diangana. Now back to Asante. Does well to get the ball back to Townsend and then into Malumbi's feet. Back to Yokuslu. Now Kipre with a long ball out to the right-hand side for Furlong. Furlong chests it down. We're the ones who are 1-0 down. Surely it should be us that have the ball in their final third more. They've had it in our final third 51% of this second half. We've had it in theirs 13%. Furlong with a long throw in. Comes into the box. Headed away by Cooper. Straight back to Furlong. Furlong up against Somerville. Somerville blocks his cross, and it's going to be another corner. How many corners are they getting? We're going to set a record at this rate. Jed Wallace over this corner. Takes it short to Diangana. Diangana back to Mowat. Now Jed Wallace again. Now back to Townsend. Leeds using this as a chance to get forward, but a ball to Jed Wallace. He surely is offside there. Jed Wallace tries to just blast it across the face of goal, and it's blocked by Byram. But how is he not offside there? And if he's not, how are we that bad? No, he's onside. And everybody got out and just gave him so much space. 9 corners. Jesus. Jed Wallace with another chance to cross it in this time. I think it'll be a full-on put the ball in the box this time. Jed Wallace with the cross in. Headed away by Jorginho, but only as far as Malumbi, who heads it back to Mowat. Mowat's going to have to go all the way back to the goalkeeper here, and this will give Leeds a chance to get up the pitch a bit. Goalkeeper plays it forward down the right-hand side. Jorginho's been hit in the face there by Furlong. I think he just got poked in the eye there, maybe Jorginho, as Furlong went for that. I don't think he even went for the ball, Furlong. I think he's just hit him in the head, to be honest. I think he's done that on purpose, Furlong. I think he's genuinely just done that on purpose. Because he was looking at him, looked back towards the ball, looked back towards Jorginho, made sure he was going for him. He knew he was never going to go for it, and then just put an elbow in his face. That was definitely on purpose for me. Joe Rodon. Now Gruev. Ball out wide to Byram. Byram to Jorginho. Jorginho tries to go down the line. Somehow still nearly has the ball, but then Furlong trips him up. Surely to God that's a yellow card for Furlong at long last. Did he not get a yellow card? Furlong, how has Furlong not got a yellow card for that? Jorginho wins the ball, tries to go past him, and then he almost grabs his nether regions, shall we say. Chance for Leeds to get the ball in the box, though, from this free kick, but that should have been a yellow card for me all day. Somerville to take this free kick. Jorginho getting pushed around and shoved, and ball into the box from Somerville. Keeper claims it. Ampadu wins the header, or is it Rodon, and it just goes over the bar. Yeah, Rodon just needs to get that. Honestly, all of our defenders have 50p heads. Why can none of them get it on target? Now Malumbi. Ball out wide to Jed Wallace. Furlong's trying to make an inverted run. Ball into the box from Jed Wallace is cut out by Somerville, and it's going to be another corner. Honestly, how can they have so many corners? Yeah, Dan James and Glenn Kamara seem to be the ones who are warming up. Corner about to come in then. Whipped into the box. Darlow tries to punch it away, gets nowhere near it, but it's headed away by Sam Byram. And then a bicycle kick over the bar from Yokuslu. That's number 10 corner-wise. Jed Spence. Nonto. Back to Rodon. Rodon to Gruev. Gruev to Byram. Byram down the line to Somerville. Back to Byram. Oh, it's going to be back to Byram, but it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Bamford getting stripped off as well. And Jaden Anthony. Seem to be making all the subs. Darlow. Gruev. Tries to play a ball down the line for Byram, but it's just... There's just no connection there, and the ball just flies out of play, and Byram didn't make the run, and it's just... It's worrying. There's worrying signs in this game. There is worrying signs. Bamford, Anthony and James look to be the ones who are coming on. Kipre down the line to Townsend. Townsend tries to play a long ball to Wallace, but it's headed back to Darlow by Sam Byram. Cooper. Byram. Back to Cooper again. Cross to Rodon. Now Spence. Spence to Rodon. Now Cooper. Gruev. Ampadu. Back to Gruev. We don't seem to want to drop a shoulder and go forward like Ampadu now. If he gets the ball here, no, he doesn't, because Somerville goes across again to the defenders. Now Spence. Spence drops it off to Nonto. No, he doesn't. Stays with him. Now Somerville. Somerville gets tackled, and now Dean Garner picks it up. Rodon. Nice ball into Jorginho. Nice ball around the corner to Spence. Leeds with a little bit of a chance to get the ball in the box. He's dropped to the edge for Nonto. Nonto just, honestly, just terrible. On that cue, take him off. So I think he's having a stinker. Happy birthday, Munchy Toy. Nonto, like, what? Just take a second. Take a breath. Jaden Anthony's come on for Jed Spence. Dan James on for Sam Byram. And Nonto's coming off for Patrick Bamford. Going to a back three. We're going to a back three with two up top and then Piru in behind. Dan James on the right and like a 3-2. 3-2. Something like that. Yeah, it's 3 at the back. Jaden Anthony tries to go down the line then, but it's... Oh, wait. We took Byram off as well, didn't we? So, Cooper... Oh, is Ampadu dropped into the back three then? Is that what's happened? Joe Rodon does really well to go past a couple of players there and give the ball to Dan James out on the right-hand side. Dan James, first thing he does is cross the ball into the box, and Jaden Anthony can shoot. See, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. Everybody says, "Oh, take Dan James off and put Nonto on. Start Nonto over Dan James. Dan James shouldn't be starting." The first thing that Dan James is put a really good ball into the box, and it ends up with an opportunity for us to shoot on goal. So Dan James is the player for me. Just he actually puts the ball into the box. West Brom coming forward here. Good little cut out there by Gruev, and it's going to be a West Brom throw-in. Furlong's going to get ready to take another one of his really long throw-ins. Why does Kipre's beard not go downwards? It just comes forwards. Long throw into the box and headed away by Cooper. Back towards goal by Malumbi, but it's going to bounce out for... You're allowed to dry the ball. You're just not allowed to dry the ball on a towel or a fan's clothing or anything like that. You can only dry the ball on your own shirt. Ball given away there by Cooper, but he wins it back. Now Jorginho gives the ball to Ampadu. Ampadu comes forward with it. Now to Dan James, his Wales teammate. He goes down the line, tries to go past Townsend, but gets the ball back. No Ampadu. What did I say, Tommy? I've forgotten what I said already. Somerville. Long ball forward out to the right-hand side where Dan James can pick it up. Dan James with a lovely ball straight across the face of goal. Maybe it wasn't that lovely. Plenty of time if we were good enough. Yeah, true. Gruev. Oh, yes. Kipre's beard, yeah. I forgot I made that comment. Yeah, his beard just goes like this, doesn't it? It like points at you. Rather than going downwards, it just points straight at you. Like it's like the Crimson Chin. Now, Ampadu. Oh, Dan James slips over the ball, but yeah, loses it. But now Piru wins it back, and now Diangana wins it back, and now Diangana's still got the ball. Across to Wallace. Wallace out on the right-hand side, but Somerville forcing him backwards. Tackled here by Jorginho. Leaves it for... Oh, no, he doesn't leave it for Jadon Anthony. He takes it. Jorginho takes it himself. Jorginho just looking forward for an option, but there's just nothing on, but he's still got it. Gives it to Somerville now. Somerville comes forward with it. Somerville's still got the ball out on the left-hand side. Drops it off to Anthony. Anthony tries to play a ball into the box. It's headed... Well, it's not headed. Kneed away by Yokuslu. Now headed. Now cleared away by Mowat. Only as far as Cooper, who can head it across to Roden. Roden with the ball forward to Dan James. Headed away by Townsend. Bamford's going to win that one, though. Nearly. No, he's pushed away. He complains, but he's going to have to get back on with it. Now Jed Wallace. He's played a ball straight to Ampadu, though. Ampadu with a nice ball out to the left-hand side for Jadon Anthony, who takes a good touch and then carries the ball forward. Anthony to Jorginho. Jorginho looking for a way to get through into the box here. He crosses it, but it only goes back to Anthony from the deflection. Now Somerville shoots, headed away by Yokuslu, and Leeds have a corner. Looking better after the subs. Yeah, I think we are. We think we're looking a little bit more dominant, but I think that's just because we're throwing more attackers forward. Somerville now, ready to take this corner. Somerville takes it. Flicked on. Goes towards the back post. Asante is going to try and get rid of it. Now Dan James with the cross into the box. Goes over everyone, but to Jorginho. Jorginho heads it goalwards. Keeper can catch that and fall on it. All the best to you for 2024. Thank you for the watch along. Thank you, Karen. I really, really appreciate your super chats. They always help, especially on days like this where it's not great to watch Leeds. But yeah, thank you very, very much. What with the cold weather and Leeds messing up, I think I might just hibernate till May. Dan James tries to flick that one round the corner, but can't. And now Gruev has it. Heads it to Ampadu. Ampadu with a long ball down the line towards Bamford. It's going to bounce all the way through, either for a goal kick or the goalkeeper can just pick it up. Goalkeeper picks that one up in the end. Kyle Bartley ready to come on. Ex-Leeds player. Long ball forward from the goalkeeper here. Roden wins that header, but it only goes upwards, not outwards. Now Asante has it. Gives it back to Furlong. Bad touch there from Malumbi, but he still manages to keep the ball. Now Wallace. Now Mowat. Back to Ajayi. Oh, Ajayi nearly gave the ball away there. Now Jed Wallace. Ball forward to Malumbi, and Leeds have won it again through Rodon. Now Ajayi chips it over Anthony's head. Gets it on the other side. Now Asante up against Joe Rodon. Joe Rodon does really well there. Ball into Gruev. Gruev to Dan James. Dan James on the halfway line now. Back to Gruev. Gruev with the ball to Liam Cooper, who can spread the ball out to Somerville, who then gives it to Anthony. Anthony crosses it into the boards of back post. Dan James brings it down. He handballed it there, Dan James. Come on, Dan. I was singing your praises before. So John Swift and Kyle Bartley are going to come on for West Brom. One player that was linked with Leeds, one player that actually played for Leeds. Malumbi's coming off. Right, Swift is on. And Jed Wallace is getting some attention from the medical staff here because he's gone down holding his groin, I think. So you'd imagine that there'll be a bit of time added on to the end of this game. And hopefully we've done enough by then to be in the lead. Can't see it, though. What do we think he's going through Parag's mind going into January? Get a number 10, get a left back. It allows Piru to play in the striker role. It allows Jorginho to play out wide. It allows Somerville to play on the other wing. Put the number 10 in. A left back who can stay fit. That'll help. Wallace is coming off and giving the armband to Townsend. And I don't know who's coming on for him at the moment. Adam Reach is coming on for him. Isn't Adam Reach the one that always used to score against us for Sheffield Wednesday? What's that in actual human degrees? What's that in Celsius? Goalkeeper takes the goal kick then, Palmer, up to the way past the halfway line. Headed by Rodon, but Dan James can't quite take the touch and it's gone out for a throw-in. About 40 degrees, Jesus. Hull beat Blackburn 3-2. Townsend is taking this throw-in, throws it inside to Asante. Flicks it over Somerville's head. Sasante's gone down so easily there. Now Cooper into Anthony. Anthony to Gruev. Gruev with a chance to maybe carry the ball forward a little bit here. Carries it towards the halfway line. Actually carries over the halfway line and gives it to Anthony again. Anthony to Rodon. Nice ball out wide from Anthony to Somerville. There's just no options for them. Nobody really moves. Everybody stands still. I don't understand, like, what they think's going to happen if Somerville's got the ball on the wing and Anthony's next to him. They all just stand still. There's nobody else giving him an option. Nobody moving. Nobody making a run. Rodon now. To Anthony. Drops it back off to Cooper. Cooper tries to play a long ball over the top towards Piru. Goes towards the back post. Nearly to Dan James, but the goalkeeper's just a bit closer than he is, and the ball's rolled out to Swift on the left-hand side. Bamford tackles Swift, and it's going to be a throw into West Brom. I'd love it if Bamford just whacked one in the top corner, you know. Or even just a scrappy one. Just get a goal and we're back in it. It's not the game hasn't got away from us. We just need to get the ball in the back of the net. Ampadu wins that tackle against John Swift, but it's going to be another throw into West Bromwich Albion. West Bromwich. Noah Yokuslu. His ball goes straight to Ampadu. Ampadu to Gruev. Back to Ampadu again. What happened to the Ampadu who just loved spraying balls forward, just sending long balls? He just tends to have no confidence in it anymore and just turns around and goes back again. Now Cooper. Gives it to Rodon. Now Gruev. Gruev can come forward with it again. I've liked Gruev today. I've got to say I've liked him. I think he can be a very good option for us. Piru. Nice ball down the line for Dan James. Dan James across the face of goal. Away by Kyle Bartley there, the ex-Leeds man. It's going to be a corner to Leeds. Gruev to take the corner then. Gruev's corner goes straight at Yokuslu, and now Dan James can pick it up. Dan James tries to play a ball towards the back post. It would have been a good ball if someone had made the run for it, but Anthony just didn't carry on his run. It really is a be 2-0 up at half-time or I retire moment. Palmer getting ready to take his goal kick. Ipswich QPR still 0-0. Somerville. It's not a foul there. Now Anthony picks it up and can come forward with it. Into Gruev and round the corner to Anthony. Back to Piru in the box. Piru with a chance to shoot. It's blocked away and it's another handball by a Leeds player when you're in the final third or you're in the box. Leicester won 2-0. Like... I don't think Piru was ever going to get the shot off then anyway, but bloody hell, like, how many times do we need to get the ball in the box and then handball it? I think Mowatt's coming off. Nathaniel Chalaba's coming on. Long ball forward then from Palmer. Now Rodon. Gruev. Ampadu. Now Piru out wide to Dan James. Dan James into Jorginho. Jorginho on the edge of the box. Tries to get the ball to Bamford, but can't. Now the ball's with John Swift on the left-hand side. Tries to flick it into midfield, but it's won by Liam Cooper, who comes out high. Now Somerville flicks it over the defender's head and then can't quite keep it. Now Ajayi. Ball forward to Asante. Leeds have got two players back. Ball into Yokuslu. Now Townsend. Townsend still coming forward with it. Drops it back off to Yokuslu. Now out wide to Swift. Swift round the corner to Townsend. Leeds players looking at the linesman, but it's not offside and he can have a chance to get the ball in the box here. Dan James blocks it and it's going to be yet another West Brom corner. Yet another West Brom corner. How many? He was onside, yeah. Leeds just were ball watching. Dan James blocks it, and it's going to be the 11th, 12th corner, something like that. John Swift with the ball into the box. Bouncing round. Played back out wide to John Swift. John Swift back into the box. Darlow punches away to the edge of the box. Headed forward by Chalabar. Yokuslu in the box. Kicked away by Gruev. Now Yokuslu, surely that's going to be a goal kick. Even when it's switched draw, the gap gets wider. Yeah. It's just... We just can't put the ball in the back of the net. Joe Rodon comes forward with it. Towards the halfway line now. Gives it out wide to Ampadu. Ampadu back to Rodon. We need to be more positive. We're always going sideways and backwards. Play some more risky balls sometimes to try and get forward. Somerville with a ball forward to Jaden Anthony, who's adjudged to have fouled Furlong. I'm getting really sick of Furlong, you know. I don't know who he thinks he is. He's gone 2 yellow card challenges and dived all over the place. Oh, there's Heidi. Ball forward from the goalkeeper and headed away by Joe Rodon. Then Chalobah. Now Dan James can pick it up out on the right-hand side in a sort of right-back position. Gruev. Back to Ampadu. Now Rodon. Cooper in the left-back position. Down the line to Anthony. Now Somerville. And then Bamford tries to flick it on one more. The goalkeeper's going to come out and claim this. I don't really know what Anthony is. He doesn't seem to be very good at taking people on. He doesn't seem to be very good at crossing. And he doesn't seem to be very good at shooting. I'm not really sure what is he for? Anthony, Bamford and Nonto not very good, yeah. Bamford and Peru pressing here, but the goalkeeper just sends it long. Now Asante. Into Townsend. Townsend goes wide to Swift, and then Swift inside to Chalobah. Ball down the line for Townsend, but Gruev can get there. Nice little back heel, and then Ampadu back to Gruev, and Leeds can play out here. Rodon. Somerville. Now Anthony. Cooper. We just look all out of ideas, to be honest, and it's so frustrating to watch. We're going to lose 1-0, and it's just... Gruev. Now Cooper. Somerville. Rodon. This is, yeah... Renee saying this is excruciating. I think that's the word I'd go for. It's awful to watch, isn't it? We just don't seem capable of scoring. Ball forward towards Jorginho, and then the ball just headed back to the goalkeeper there. The thing is, we're winning a lot more games, obviously, aren't we? But if we don't go up, we lose all those exciting attacking players, and we slowly get worse and worse, and we end up like West Brom, who are decent, yeah, but just not... You just don't ever feel like they're going to make it. It's going to be a goal kick to Leeds. Need a bit of urgency. Do we not realise that we're 1-0 down? Gruev. Somerville. Cooper. Now Gruev. Gruev, ball forward to Bamford. Bamford's touch just lets him down. He was offside though. Offside anyway. Yeah, that's true as well. If we don't go up, then that's when you see people like Archie Gray leaving as well. Goalkeeper Palmer will just take his sweet time with this free kick as well. Oh God, honestly, it's just Palmer with a long ball forward. Looks like yes, we're going to score. I hope so. Kipper has just sent that one straight up in the air, headed away by Bartley. Now Ampadu to James. James. Ball back to Rodon. Cooper. Goes all the way back to Darlow. Now Gruev. Gruev with the ball forward into Jorginho's feet, who holds it up well. Jorginho loses the ball though, and now Asante and Swift. Swift can play a long ball over the top through the middle, and they're in here. He tries to chip the goalkeeper, and Darlow's able to save that one easily. Now Ampadu. Ampadu with the ball forward into Bamford. Bamford's offside again. Yeah, that is Parker's plan B, is just take a defender off, put a load of attackers on, and just hope they do something. There's no tactics to it. Asante's coming off. And Sarmiento's coming on loan from Brighton. Long ball forward from Palmer then. Straight into touch. Leeds can get a throw in with Ampadu. Throws it into Rodon. Cross to Cooper. Come on, Leeds. There's just no urgency. There's no urgency whatsoever. Anthony. Ball inside to Farker. Farker. Sorry, I was thinking about something else. Ball inside to whoever it was. Now Ampadu with it. Piru. Back to Rodon, then to Gruev. Cooper back across to Rodon. Rodon tries to play a long ball forward, but it just goes straight through to the goalkeeper. We are absolutely out of ideas. Farker might do better on the pitch. I don't even... I'm speechless with how bad we are. Ampadu. It's going to be a throw into Leeds. Throws it back to Darlow, then out to Cooper. Cooper plays it wide to Anthony. Now Gruev. Ball to Ampadu. Drops it back off again to Joe Rodon. I get sick of saying the defenders' names. It's always with our defence and never with the attackers. Look at our attackers now. There's 4 of them in the middle, just gently jogging towards the box. One of them go out and help, like Bamford's just done now. Bamford with the chance to shoot, blocked, but it's going to go out to Piru on the right-hand side. He's got Ampadu making a run beyond him. Comes inside Piru. Ball across the box to... Why would Cooper try and take that off Somerville? Now Somerville tries to play a ball into the box and it's just blocked away and goes all the way back to the halfway line and we have to build up again. Honestly. Jaden Anthony. Piru. Ampadu. Ampadu tries to play a ball forward. Goes to Dan James. Wasn't the intended target, but it goes to a Leeds player. Now Dan James. Tries to put the ball into the box. It's headed away by Yokuslu. Now Ampadu. To Piru. Now Cooper. Somerville. Ampadu. Somerville. Out wide to Jaden Anthony. Now, get the ball into the box, Anthony. You've got so many players in there. Get the ball into the box. Get the ball into the box! Anthony finally crosses it in. Headed away by Kipre and Leeds win a corner. I don't understand the hesitancy to put the ball in the box. When you're playing this many attackers, if you're playing four strikers essentially in the box, you have to cross the ball in. Because what's the point having them on otherwise? You have to cross it in. Why is Firpo coming on? I don't understand what he's going to add in an attacking perspective. Ampadu's coming off and Firpo's coming on, and then bloody Mateo Joseph's coming on for Somerville. I've never seen anything in the first team from Mateo Joseph to suggest that he's going to do anything. If he scores, fantastic. I'd love to be proved wrong. But I just don't understand why you would bring him on in this situation. Headed away by our own player there now. Jaden Anthony on the edge. Plays it out wide to Dan James. Dan James got to try and get across into the box here. Does so. It's going to be another Leeds corner. 6 added minutes. You'll see that on the screen now, the 6 added minutes. Dan James with the corner into the box. Punched away by the goalkeeper. Then headed away by Swift. Only as far as Firpo. Now to Anthony. Anthony actually crosses the ball into the box. It nearly goes to a Leeds player. If we'd have just jumped a bit higher, we'd have had a header there. Ball cleared away by West Brom again. Now Cooper. Ball with Firpo and then Anthony. Anthony tries to get the ball in the box. It doesn't even get off the floor. You're joking. You're a professional footballer and you can't get the ball off the floor. Roden to Jorginho. Jorginho comes inside. Keeps the ball. Plays it out wide to Firpo. Firpo out wide again to Anthony this time. Anthony crosses the ball in. I'm telling you, Anthony is useless. Oh, God. He can't cross it. He can't shoot. He can't dribble and take on a man. He's not very quick. Why is he on then? Because I genuinely can't see a use for him. People saying that he was better than Sinistera. I don't think so. Yeah, there could be 60 minutes extra time and we wouldn't score. Palmer, long ball forward. Now Rodon, headed forwards. Now Bamford with a little flick on and then away by West Brom. And then Rodon wins it back to Dan James, flicks it around the corner and Leeds lose out again. Now Rodon just has to put that out for a throw-in and it's going to be a... Oh, God. Jed Wallace is annoying me, just trying to give instructions from the bench. Just shut up. Gruev fouled there and it's going to be a Leeds free kick. Now Firpo. Gruev. Dan James. Dan James with the ball forward to Jorginho. Jorginho tries to take it round the player. He does. He's in the box. Jorginho gets it across. It's away. Now Jorginho picks it up again. Jorginho inside the box. Gives it to Dan James. Dan James shoots. Blocked. Saying it's a handball. Nothing given though by the referee again. And now John Swift can come forward with it. This time Firpo wins it. Firpo's going to have to go all the way back to Darlow. And Darlow now to Joe Rodon. Gruev. Cooper. We've got to come forward. Firpo out on the left. Firpo into Anthony. Back to Firpo. Now Cooper and then back to Gruev. Little chipped ball over the top from Cooper and it's headed away by West Brom. It's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Taken quickly to Cooper. Back to Gruev. Gruev to Rodon. Out wide to Dan James. Dan James looking to take on his man. Goes past him. Tries to get a ball in the box and wins Leeds a corner. Isaac saying, I really hate to say it, but the last couple of games are making me really doubt Farker. Our wins against the likes of Leicester and Ipswich don't mean anything if we can't get points against the teams beneath us. Yeah, I agree with you, to be honest. I agree with you, and I'm starting to worry about whether Farker's good enough to get us up. Ball into the box from the corner, goes over everyone, but Anthony can pick it up at the back post. Come on, good ball in. Anthony puts the ball into the box, headed away again by Kipre. Now Gruev wins the header, but a ball forward's gone all the way to Carl Darlow on the halfway line. Darlow gives it to Gruev. Gruev out wide to Dan James. Dan James to Jorginho. Jorginho's surely fouled there. Yes, and he is fouled. Leeds have a chance to put the ball in the box. Farker's tactics are too predictable. Just throw everyone on. Yeah. Yeah, my match reaction is just going to be me being very sad, I think. Gruev's going to take this free kick and put the ball into the box. I'm assuming he's going to try and hit the back post. Are you taking the mick? That was terrible. Gruev wins it back, though. Now to Piru. Now to Jayden Anthony. Jayden Anthony crosses the ball in towards the penalty spot, headed away. Dan James has it. Left-footed ball towards the box, headed away by Chalobah. Now Firpo. Oh, Firpo's ball just goes straight to a West Brom player who just lumps it all the way up the pitch, and Darlow's having to sprint to get back there to get it. He's just going to have to send it as long as he can. I'll take your time, Darlow. Darlow sends it long to where Bamford can bring it down nearly. Oh, the ball's gone out wide to Jayden Anthony. Jayden Anthony, good touch on the edge of the box. Shoots, blocked. Now Firpo. Firpo with the ball into the box. Jorginho can't touch it. Away again. And all the way to Darlow. And the referee's blown his whistle. Right. There'll probably be... Yeah, there'll be a video and stuff before New Year. But anyway, this will be my last live stream of the year. So, Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you have a good start to 2024. I thought you had a good 2023 and a good Christmas break and stuff. Thanks, everybody, for joining me, as usual. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just going to go and record my match reaction now and just rant straight off the back of this. So probably be my rantiest match reaction ever, but oh well, people seem to like that. So I'm going to go and do that now. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for joining me this year. Really appreciate all your support on the channel. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, all that good stuff. Thanks everybody, and I'll see you in the next one.